naye Vicky Makiaya. Mono link up show ni kuja kulijwe mboki gima kila litukuli Jumatatu gweka Ijumaa kuchakira chinse sanebere chamo baso wika chinse kumigoro ananitaka umrena nera wiza crown wakubwatrina na DJ Topsha on ones and twos. Itwa kongolele emiziki wakwa showbiz trending issues namanginande yekielekea Makiaya. Link up show, link up na sisi kuwa sasa wika ikomigro wiza crown na DJ Topsha imehi ya Getembe FM 102.7.
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege.
Kira twasoire asinse moyo moyo kigima yo muroberiga Etwani ritukoria Jumatatu na botamberi tukeriga kero tuguchitwa murekera siasa ritukoria rero tuchikumurikira amangana siasa bunda yaberege ko korekana asi orogongo rwagusi nchira keyega hose na kinka yo murindo chakire koira abarai kurasi orogongo rwagusi gocha nsemo kina ase studio aiga ntore no mugeni yo torache gusurache gotokonya ko gayana siasa eyega egendere tukonekiwa ase chinsemo aiga se orogongo orwagusi amokwa.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Asante sana.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Like you weekend yarenge.
It was okay. Ndio twa wedge.
Yes.
Twa kanya sembe yamu.
Karibu sana se studio.
Asante.
Na ndina bokumanya mwancho murigirire ile tari awase mshira ingikirano.
Abel mukwa.
Yes.
Nche sitongeroka. Ase Rigo Ward. Kitutu Masamba constituency in the county.
Karibu sana ningi wakora.
Nche political analyst. But professional, I'm also a statistician.
Amoko barabantu.
Basically the legacy.
Karibu sana. Nitanyari kurigereria mangana ega siritko oriarero na nekiro kurigereria gusiyo koranga siasa nire yachakire ko korekana matukabo angoiga anno mono tukurigereria mwako ega amangana achakire wonchorere kayimu gusiyarochi
tukurigereria siasa ya moniga yabera bit unique. Kuru 2 na toto tinya chae alingi vai for president kuru asinya chae kuru gesanya chae beto Etwani gutwara kerengo yutwale presidential candidate poniga ekina kintu kere unique as boniga because ono tuwate Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i who is coming in lakini nigi nkurigere siasa gusi abantu kidogo mbaramini baada abantu mpaka sino koraki kuitaba neke maene mbararanga Kemane Matiang'i is coming for president. So basically abantu bari mixed up on unity, abantu bari sure ngo batoli united, abandi bari sure ngo batoli confused. Baya kwa meaning ambusi na chama. But rende kulinge mne ground kere abana inchi bachiramo. Tutikale tubakego baswese group ya abantu ba bayigenitenga ababusimba chama tutwale presidential candidate tumwake chikora na 2002.
mbi muno nekero kurigereria abaiga bagendete guteba buna ingaki yego se ne round yo mugusi oroche they sincere na maine barenga umuntu tete wakire kura Dr. Fred Matiang'i gose our own
wataba kemaine taringa nenga kimugusi
yes
lelingo mugusi twabere ne ebahati gutwara umuntu urakoligenda abaninchi baganiti because ukoligereria abantu mwete bagusitore egesa kwega duwa the numbers ichisaina igo tutweka abanyote ni presidential candidate ndoganiti chinsemo chindi cha busi cha Kenya chitoya koboko igo tukoligereria egente kerende muno pi nyasa tukwanye tugatwara babusi bakolegasi so Matiang'i egente kerende muno gekomoleta lingesira mubusi aserio nero uganiri ufixa mangana rese government kulingana na bantu bomo maiti yebo ande ngomenda tali yarabika actually osokiro maiti ndabate maranga akamwana ngara ukumura
ndo abwate iko it's in the past
because right now Matiang'i take it over so what you are saying chingakechi Matiang'i abwate a character it could represent change eliga area say over in the west. So that's why Matiang'i coming. Not necessarily Siramusi.
Wakwanire maraga na bagantu bwate murara kibaso. Barabu ekero ukorikere gose agenda ya gose kirenga kya bungere kikyaye.
Kemaina tu kwana. Kulingana ni ground ikira towards Matiang'i side. Talinga senge njo Matiang'i alumya muno kugwa abandi. It's the fact nga Matiang'i geto so asiji ngorocha abantu muno kulingana ni asya kolete. Maraga ko kumuligere alinga the judiciary. Judiciary kunyora the public's limelights nganero bonura gantu bakumufila the ground na komwe kugarane chikoti yalinga kuliye nende ndu what other factors for instance in miaka Maraga is now about 70 something years by the time toga 2027 miaka ya skira keo nende ndoga ne at least umuntu lichinguru uku fight the current problems to what they say government yabone nende kuliye libya Maraga naru mungwana tubantu kwa maskani waswa siasa yenye chafu kumusaidieta so it is ideal
siasa ni chafu kandi abantu batari
siasa yabone tali michezo
batatori
no tali wotore ka search kilo mundu natorigete batari siasa ngo kanire thinking tofauti Matiang'i ani Maraga taleta as we speak but however tulawatanga Maraga aliko bomukake nenda aliko bangana na bete mne nalingi na government isikiro kya Matiang'i Maraga could have been the best because of integrity issues no mungwanumia and I think as a popularity as a vijana we so called the spirit of 25th June 2024 last year Maraga can be the candidate they can support but renda twatanga because of the current status Matiang'i is the best
na tukukwanire gisaku kende gosebisa kubinda sense ya Kenya biri tokanetie binyare gusira omo guse candidate yega bono nyare gusoke wasama tukayega ekiro kurigire chi community chinde are they willing abachakire korokio koganya nkororo gosemeria nkororo
Matiang'i anyorete support kuru ibisa kubinda kalsana in fact Matiang'i na real education tigani interior tigani city kera education na kote ga sene muno ega seyo ga granda bangi bakomanya ensingima kenyingima so Matiang'i na stiri ya mapema unaona to gamba boni yake Matiang'i every threat which is Ruto it's because are accepted across board okonyora mnabono otegero muswati na ko watch online kwa tebanga enge tanga ngeko gara ko ni Matiang'i it's because Matiang'i arositia mangana education agatarire chinsemo chionzi ona chiskuru mahambi ona kugura matemo chinsemo awa ekino korokinga abantu mamunyo tuno muntu wake gasi ekina kekene mono geko Dr. Fred Matiang'i lakini tokoriye nende Matiang'i na bade character kero kumoga okwana no mungono okwana a lot of sense na bakwalenge kumwangi to matager okumwanja sengenje ngenda okwana ikikoleta some meaning so therefore ebisa kubine mbyancha and Matiang'i and that is why actually tujiba ku 25 million kuna bantu was 10 million that is why Matiang'i wanted the courage to vie for president because statistically nama I think are accepted just to add Matiang'i tali muntu okora gento kera education Matiang'i according to tanga data collection first na bagutumia NIS otumia Kenya Bureau of Statistics ora nyore information before that act. So as we speak today, Matiang'i mungwano mungai already you're collecting what you call data across the country. Namanyitenga iga ninde capable ko win president. So wachakwa ngoli just informed us in Jan Bamrangeriti. He took his time kuligia the adequate information yaganiti so that kawaswageti enyalekaninga whatever is going for nali sure.
And ekero kwanera okay first nsemo ya education abali bakoreta mate mu mwaka 2016 2017 I think mba what issues nere otatigarinde aigase okuborikiro kyobora wense maite before June last year konyora ngane eterachaka kuiwekana. Why is it that ekero abasae baiso ketie bagachaka watorere tariae na ribono yarore karibuna amaene ganga neraroro yokuborikiro gekega
ase kwerena smart yangi in fact umuntu bunanje in 2022 naro general chabai at some point the rumor was there ngamati yangi nero president Raila mu support yake but rende Raila because of his thinking akaranga was the best kugenda 2022 achikobe flag bearer but the other jamati yangi achire mo because of the challenges abantu ba experience to legal service delivery medeke ruto ba swete in office ba ruete chi promise nyingi sana but taking to get them on money kuna abantu nelinga chi promises nyinga ruete njiwe nyere tigo ikirana bona abantu bagaika bacha kuri ingone nditubwate urabase ku deliver based on the abantu tubwate in the field right now okuliye ibonsi P Kalonzo Gashagwa all of them anyo liba ku deliver lakini abantu bakunyura ko letega standing out Matiang'i yani ogota amukuliye all the avenues konyoranga Matiang'i go stand out as the only person who can deliver because right now they collect mundu because abachibesa they collect mundu because maybe ari mutambi osale handsome osabere ni siasa for long. It is basically because yokora mundu na Ruto working na Moi akolega sina Kibaki akolega sina Uhuru obere deputy president obere president for 2 years still kokolega aspaka vanenji bamuitabe yasinyire iko basically ndotokolega liga no muntu erega selianke onye kodribya yebona
asegekeke na nekiro tukuriye ndubwate bono egatia barai bare gusea barai kurasoro gongorwa gusi bono bale meya serikali na barabuni go barorekanire njira abachakire kubeka chinkwana chabo mbale bachakire gose bare nonye kiama kere kya baguse bara babwata nipe kiama kya UDA lakini bakorokana ngana go bagendete kumruto tamatiange do you think engane yane chikora to muchando no in terms of development asoro gongorwa gusi
as a development wise the antevenga gusi MPs this time around most of them have tried they are very honest Ruto na angire kurugure so the first time so enjara yoka MPs chiae chireo ni gusi
lakini na ngogo se na Kenya bado ba mwakirete chikura
no Ruto na angire ya Kenya ba mwakirete chikura but you saw they had expectations kere wa certain in power there are things you expected for instance the example ekere wa swete in power we were so much pressed
yes
ndo abate vesa most people across ndo twagandi twakolege nteke ketu at least would collect some ease some pressure but kakosoro chibasa kurusha sabantu for instance housing living yaling necessary asabana inchi especially at this time ketu was strain from the loans and stuff it was just to relax at least abantu bara yera the ande kusieke opengi akira bara timuka kidogo but so William Ruto na wate the urge ko nyachivesa kuru asabana inchi mono nende bawo chivesa chikoirwa bakongumboyo lakini kere chikoirwa chaba misused abu no problem where so abana inchi ba feel it the pinch of the taxes chikoba embezzled pono kwirana se assess this wali kwa boli to be honestly speaking the MPs bagusi because sana abange especially chaba UDA I was hearing Osoroga wa yangu building 154 schools out of 158 if it is true that is a tremendous job aya mbaga senwe kaza na abantu bande bakeka chilami ne banjiri standard at least wenye kumnyoka vale kubeka chilami na roche chindi cha viki runa nsema ya ogembo nindoche nyakundi jafeto temele kubeka few ene ndotokana ndigusi ase abarai bagukwana turwa magendero
yes
so abagwatanana abantu bako support Matiang'i abantu bako support Ruto boni kama pema e ground mbama idinga by 2027 onye Matiang'i uchotenna nyekiaye so ondabo ensure against Matiang'i 2027 na medene shida so asaboni kama ndo binosoro
omwishiwe wasoro litukurega rate vete serikali we miaka yabo 10
ano in kawaida umaite tianga tende tangani boniga sababu tu wakira Matiang'i chikura overwhelmingly it's because to the kurusia idea yenga muntu kali president na the most powerful takurukiro kili mpaka make komia kaliteki yer ituka ntuna matianga go soma yena ki so long as you don't work na wananchi ngoji so tuze kurusi Ruto it be historical because oshiko nyoro monde dictator kunera umuntu ko kurangilie okoroka abana bago demonstrate against poor governance criminals umuntu kuliye ando bakwa masasi ukira umuntu roche ibintu biwape ni bibera kitete kumogana no kumawuka. That means tuweze kumurusi it will be historical in that the most powerful president to in the country na avendoka kurusiwa se ballot na wananchi. So in a nutshell what Osoro is saying about kumi bila break, it's a normal language. But in Bama under room temperature mbai bachukura Matiangi will beat them very early in the morning. So ekiro kingere very certain na kirumuntu.
Na abuzo gukwanira igoro ya ukuiba no gutaiba chukura ndobati kiombe kia IEBC onoga twanyare konyora ba commissioner bonsi batano noyomo na boigo ndobati munyakirogo kurinda abuzo munyakirogo ndocenga enchiranere na ndabantu bachakire ko murungania na asenjira amalieta ya ganyarite kubwatu kwa terago kya bakenya bange Were you supporting Charles Nyachae? Or IEBC?
No, actually, I was supporting Charles Nyachae. And generally, the entire process in general, nobody was there was qualified. Why am I saying that? I say in the normal setup here, Kenyan education, there were people like us, statisticians, people who have really gone through the education on the issues to do with the data, to do with collection of data. Like now, in the IEBC, we need collection of data, interpretation, tallying, and analysis. Those are things in statistics. But in the statistician there, even one. But calling the constitution, there wrote specific sina, person statistician. Now that Bariba selected, I feeling at least Pakomo Kenya abo. Na aba tribe ndayons na abo ninga mumrumu aburuto. Mpakomo Kenya koleke.
Like Mo Kenya uracho go deliver.
No, Mo Kenya uracho deliver. But now the only thing I can tell the people Bariba they take a look at ndo abati kivuitu akwete tukatwara chibukati taijo. So that means, and if you look at the history Bakenya mba betenga ba bete stress no kukwabo wasenga mba moneti, it's because of what they did. So this young man who was elected, who was about 40 something years old, who was nominated, I think is smart enough to learn the history and he knows what is supposed to be done. But however, the constitution is also very clear. The vote at the ballot, it is final. So, like now, do the youths of this country, we have to vote, we have to post our results. So by the time we go to announcement, we bombers, already do what? Our results. And actually, we're even pushing to at the constituency level. We are getting the presidential results also from there. Tomaitenga onye kitutu masaba constituency yake chukura eltani ngof sango terial ngobu amatiangi ko Ruto. So kere constituency results chia by the time like bombers we have the 290 constituencies the results which confirmed from bombers. So if you want to steal, I think you not make it. Also, just to add, this is a very critical moment for this country. This is the time youths are coming up strongly against poor governance. If the government will dare to steal votes from Kenyans, especially when the NIS has informed President William Ruto.
Yes.
If they do that, it's simply banning the country. So they cannot do that. They cannot do that.
Na nekero toko irana na ndese orogongo rwagusi twabeire asia emyaka mingi twabeire tugutwara abaraya bange bako bainsi kiama kia ODM. Lakini asama tukaye gakoragana ngano nyino mu governor we county ya Kisii Muske Paul Simbarati kwa rora nere niganyara gutenda ka goteba ti bakonyara gotiga Dr. Fred Matiang'i oroche ekero kurigereria asense muyiga yebyama kuruso orogongo rwagusingi kibonete gukoro irinde kone kibona abaraya baiga kiama gusibian byama bindi byonsi biri baratoke barime banyare gusirana irinde konyora murayo lyoganeiri
Korigela sevyama to be honestly speaking, especially CMP ndoga na CMP Jones P tiswa chama kiama tiani. Why? The National Assembly will play a critical role to support the president. Matiang'i tako ba president very effective atatuwa the members of parliament. So asa tutapuka ti option P na seba MP. Aba MP mo hospital ati ni kurugusiva rabu mpaka baswe
Kiama tiangi kile kiomene tifono.
No, I'm coming there.
Yes.
So when we come to the issue to do with the unity leaders bagusi, Simbarati no mungwano mungai. And I think among the politicians after Raila Amolo Odinga, I rate Simbarati at number 2. Why? Because
in terms of politics,
politics, yeah. Politics, yeah. Consider history, yeah. Simbarati as an entire gusi, metekira wisha gusi kufa. Abantu batetenga Simbarati tamedu gusi. Nairobi yakuru tamedu gusi vnere. Alafu Simbarati agachawata tanyo metemu gusi. Even though vigacha akuru clan yake. So many abantu bade actually no mwana bado tarana rasia siasa. Gokuri nena bantalo pambana na barabu. Nabantu very strong, Sam Ongeri, Ezekiel Machogu. Mpake governor ya incumbent akamu-oppose. But still Simbarati akamanage to beat the one spinning at a big margin. Ikino Korokinga Simbarati is a strong candidate. Nende Kerena Roji Simbarati Valena Matiang together. I was impressed. Do you know why? You will bring in the political experience kia Usi, kia Nairobi, na Kenya ngima. Simbarati is among the most popular after Matiang as well. Because namanyire the entire country Simbarati anana yenkwala ando ameton Simbarati. So that is important. So abantu bonsipi na mamu abo ndinganga mbaye support Matiang'i. Simbarati amu support. Gusi is okay.
As in semo ya siasa no como rate o no como rank.
No, as to be honestly speaking,
yes.
Simbarati siasa no mukongo. Amagendro no to what issue because to realize is poorly performing. And I hope we are going forward for these 2 years sebe sira ko irani kokorara amagendro. Because okoligelia for the past 2 years obera okorani chibesa but intura atuara any significant development project okoleka na Gusi. Aya also okoligelia no ne town yetu Gusi to expect any fixi tara call anything but juzi na araga utagora some streets which is okay and I felt like probably is coming up well but the fact is magenda
utagora usene national government
if I think it's the one because those are streets that were made by James Ongwae. But if it's the national government, then Simbarati is still sleeping totally. So as a magendero, I'm being honest thing as Simbarati na Almega. But as a siasa is so much experienced. And actually that's why it's a challenge. When you go bole wantu gusingo chukumuru, badanga Simbarati tara koragas.
A competitor ningo.
Because they know political stature ne rigor. But the rende toko musama, my hope nelinga aba na inchi bagusi, aba rai bagusi bonds, pa colleagues. Because we need Gusi change. Gusi ndopo at anything to try to acquire a scar other than umukiri to na Gusi. You go into our leaders across, but recognizing Gusi into Ganitiamano because into the man. To be honest, into the mega dam. One you got to just give an example.
Yes.
To Tabanga Waga Choli Bugoboni. Mase Konyoranga net up water go bring it to your home. Unless you are within the urban radius. And actually very close to the town. But most of the people back on Rochi. That means after 60 years down the line, still Mugusi, the major source of water, it is not acceptable at all. Since Sigis, Konyorava and the Bakoli, Bavata Mache, Guagachanguba the problem because there's water at home in taps. Usiga, we need dams, and that's why we are championing for Matiang'i at least about the top.
Ase kiama no to ogwa takago
kiama
to kwaniri kiama wono keri omukusi bona cholenga tikato sire kiame ke gose tikabantu beri kiase kiame kaso bonge yes
otebeke manepi to koligele kiama Tiang'i kibate ba UPA mungwano Nyamira gesatire ngiagoro nyaliba simply
no governor
omuskenyaliba
yes
honestly osare kiama keli because Matiang'i could represent performance but Nyaliba kolete araire so toko tabaiga fine Matiang'i na baraga niko chani kiama kile go say am any other chama that you can come up with but the best thing to can it is direction from us all ndoliko mwaki ama kende yons to start the no UP go sini kiai to can it because now the Matiang'i is very procedural kera achite he did a homecoming akanda sigashagwa namro chikira sawa mansai meaning now what the plan to execute
yes
declaration ye kiama kiage uchukocha awate abatwes be blue but that was be red. You can damotebi in that outfit here. If Jana we a big role because where we are right now as a country, if Jana we all this that we are doing.
Yes. Jubilee na UPA mbako atiko sana konde asebona.
I can't support Jubilee.
Yes.
Matiang'i flag bearer Jubilee. The origin of Jubilee Central Kenya.
Yes.
This week Central Kenya ngurusire kema kiabo turugesha. So there's no way ora abase kubringa kiama kia West Central Kenya ochukura hivyo gashagwa and expecting to Central Kenya batoko okoboko the best way Matiang'i abase ku capture the entire Gusi is by having his own chama. If it's UPA, well and good, but it's not Jubilee. Also, if you check on the history of Kenya from 2002 actually, we've not had the same chama going twice for the presidential elections. Ndo wate NAC in 2002, tukatwara PNU in 2007, tukacha in 2013 TNA URP, tukacha 2017 we had Jubilee. Who is this going to bring Jubilee again in 2027? It cannot work. Jubilee is a dead bus that we need to forget about to focus on a new outfit. And the best way you can be able to go as Matiang'i, in fact, it can be able to unite Kusiengima, tuesokana ni kiama yetu. Digani kilikiaralia, kiabo Jubilee. Because this is what I want to say. Wakurigerelia, if yamambiro wakurishinza mochinda. Utwara Jubilee doesn't mean we have stopped other parties from having. So Matiang'i, the main source of his chamangusi, if it is UPA, let him go with it. That's how Musiava has resonate na kirokyo, because chikula chagusi na chiva 2 million ni cha muhimu. So uniting Mugusi ekiama, it's very crucial.
Yes. Na nekiro tugukwanira abari bono abarai mekiame kiga kia UPA. Onye watevire kiro kende yarorekanira umuchando nora arorase top leadership. Na kibone kiame kiga oranyare ku convince abawiga bane bagendete kurigia enchira yoko rose kozi ya.
Simple, to get rid of those poor performing leaders. Yali botaba ndiko bangina Matiang'i akoraki. Maskenya liyo.
But why?
What is he doing there? Because kwa ile chance, Newton has been in power for 4 years. He took Nyagaramaga kwa akaira 2 years. 2022 tokade amanga yaya ngwe banga renge tigacho koraki
tigato akirwe
tomo bone kura torengia okora tomanya konyoranga the same governor himself waniga ogomvoni kikika sign and then it might. So in a nutshell, we have a sleeping governor. Let us be very honest. And tuanyale konyoranga Nyamira chi governor chi wetenenge work. Nyagaramaga uko alenge billionaire. Nyaliva to speak is a billionaire. It can't happen inga the leaders in power are eating while and wa waita chinguru echo bagaseno changa. So when it comes to this issue ya kiama, the only thing Nyaliva actually there's nothing ana call Matiang'i. Nyaliva is from Gusii.
Takoreta influence.
Asa
pamenyiwe county ya Nyamira.
Nyamira, we are already in Matiang'i. So what is he going to bring to Matiang'i? Gusii everywhere nama ite Matiang'i akirikura. So Nyaliva is completely insignificant. So in fact the second ya Nyamira ntutake Matiang'i alete Nyaliva. Hapana. Nyaliva tikabere kando. We want fresh and young leadership. At least because Tonyora bagaka baku lead Nyamira and we've not gotten change. Nyagaramagacha akakacha getega 7 million. That's what we can remember him for. Though he tried the Nyaliva. Alafu Nyalibagacha, Nyalibonero linge deputy ya.
Yes.
With all that experience, he's not able to do something good. Nyalibagacha, ne deputy nero mukako mugotuku muboli na ki account umusikeke sami inge kika said. Inge kiava kwe entity might.
Oresho bado nore mareli hapo governor wiki miaka 5 yere.
In fact, it was uwezo twagumusrusi as we speak right now. But because we want to be constitutional and we want to be respecting the rule of law, we want him now still now at a time. Nyalibona was actually 2 years chogo perform and tumake chukura. But this kind of a trend is not doing well. Probably we need a lot of change so that the entire county of Nyamira to be organized. As we speak right now, a county of Nyamira bache speaker even Yadwara county assembly even governor bono as we speak right now there's no budget there right because Dumaiti county assembly ke colleagues. That is completely uncalled for. And especially look at this.
Yes.
This is a county where Matiang'i comes from. No amenyeta. Secondly, this is his party. Thirdly, Nyalivo is his friend. Omone de robo sokusan. Mantu isko bakuboli naki Matiang'i atara fix aralia. Nyamira county.
Ntubu ati advisors bani bara konyo mo governor.
That's the problem. Kiko mondome ta ko biruto bana ko libit. He wants to be an advisor of himself. Nyaliva A, Nyalivo A, what advice Nyalivo B. Wasikwa nyora never ka advised and wako advice most of them are selfish. People want to eat. So whatever they do, you know, it's just like Ruto. Ruto chi project chonsi yao karanchi yao benefit. Nyalivo na barabu na vanto babo boyo. So we want a scenario where we have leaders who probably listen to professionals. Once you have professors around you, people who have gone to school, they'll be able to tell you that you've been living for this long and the best way you can be able to do some of these things in Iga. But in a nutshell, Nyalivo with Nyamira they have failed completely and we hope that with the time they are going to change. Matiang'i is very ground. But if they are not going to change, it's not going to be easy for them.
Na tukurikire ntubwate abaraibu na bono korwa ase kiama babo ntubwate umuske buna bono muske Eugene Wamalo umuske Rigathi Gachagua na abanda bange batakarwa na maine kiro kwa role buna chibicha chiri ko sepa biri bago chaka kororekana gutarira mo bono negesa kukyo mugusi batabiri buna kiro kende na barachi kubwatana basegeto muntu yo oruchenga esapoti yabo bachakire ko ali korubono wika omwaka bo bochori bado mbachi waka komosira Dr. Fred Matiang'i
ase group ya bantu bali bonse
sebarachi ko choro murayo mungao nande
ase group ya bantu bali bonse the competition between Rigathi Gachagua and Matiang'i and kurigira Rigathi Gachagua, what gives him upper hand is because of the aggressiveness yogo chiko yabo ate kuruhusu William Ruto. Honestly, we have to appreciate Mount Kenya. It's working so hard to take William Ruto home.
Yes.
So those efforts are the only threat we have as we speak today to Matiang'i. But apart from the numbers, all these other people have been tried. Okay? Martha Karua, na yetu deputy president, tawarete kula chindi chonse. Kalonzo Musyoka is not accepted in the entire country, not because Arumube, because of his character, is not able to be accepted. So also delivery of services. Matildah, you can't tell me no one single project Kalonzo akolete kale vice president or even an MP. Turamunyole with it right now as we speak. But we can't say is completely useless. He has a huge experience and he also has a support which rally around Matiang'i he can be able to do very well. But the other time the fact remains, Baisokumuka are very selfish.
Yes.
And they want to bring Matiang'i down. We can accept. Matiang'i have a prime minister, for instance. But the fact is we are going to fail. Why? Most Kenyans will look at Kalonzo, Eugene Wamalo, Martha Karua, but then
Rigathi Gachagua
Ruto. So we don't want to be in a scenario where Toko make a mistake. Matiang'i is the most popular candidate for now. Let's hope going forward, popularity and density all day. No, because Kalonzo is most popular. Let him go for the seat. But as we speak today, Matiang'i is the most popular candidate we have within that group. And therefore, it is ideal. Onye mbali waka na Ruto, wamendo support Matiang'i. Onye ba waka na Ruto, Kalonzo ako insist yate nene, because anime tenga will fail. He will fail.
Umajitenga Ruto no murai wense. Na toko rigereria professionals kurwa se orogongo wako si. Tubwate abantu basometa abantu babwate obosemia. Ranyari kwena na uchase abrayeri kwena kyo rayo bya. Seno nyina magendero. Akiro kurigereria amba professionals mpamanyekane teburi kurwa se orogongo wako si.
Honestly, ndobate for instance. Ndobate mundu una Peter
Ndemo.
Ndobate Professor Peter Ndemo.
Yes.
Oyobete selected to be the Vice Chancellor of Nairobi University. That's a professional, someone who can, in fact, he has even worked in government before as a principal secretary, I guess, and he delivered. Now, in Gusi, ndobate so many professionals who are there. The only thing that we see ndobate riogi. Ndolukuerara.
Na ubatari kwa na useneri bakabatari kwa.
No, it's space. Kera roche Matiang'i yetu, kero muntu tamuroche. Everyone was able to tell Dr. Fred Matiang'i is in place, is around. It's just a chance we need for us to deliver. Aba gusi the professionals are top, and I'm telling you that.
Yes, tobwate buna wana Professor Ndemo erataka na temere malenge kwa.
No, you know Professor Ndemo was very categorical. Atenga whatever that you are doing to me, let it be constitutional. Yes, the Senate has selected me, but where is the letter from the Minister of Education? So you don't accept things unconstitutionally, go say illegally. So if things are done the right way, Peter Ndemo is the best. And in fact, I'm saying Peter Ndemo could have come even to Gusii for politics. He's among the best. So in short, those are the people Matiang'i will work with. But let me tell you this. Matiang'i recognizes the professional level yaba. As we speak right now, Professor Kibuage is the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor of Egerton University. That was happening during Matiang'i's time. He recognizes professionalism at the highest level. So for the presidents we expect in Kenya, which could recognize the ability of someone through the professionalism, Matiang'i is the best on that.
Na tukurigera stalled project anene mono chirichikuru was the national government ntubwate gati ya magendero aberika okwaniro anene mono asorogongoro gusekora kana buna it's taking quite long kubwachinse mochinde kwarore buna housing projects omura ibense na bakogenda kwanyora ichinde chachagira gukora imbere muboniga lakini aiga gusekora kana nga uko osana na ukore kogendere taro.
So this is what I'm saying. In fact tukwirana sama magendero ya national government, there's a need for us to come up Gusii. Tolgo twara bajumbe veito bonds 13 towards one side. Angonia toli very happy because the unity yaito yale goto amagendo very fast. So first thing I want to blame is the unity and leadership yaito tubwate it is scattered. So magendo tego wa champion go chamono. Secondly, I also have to say that this is a clear indication that abantu abathe ngatole government kweta magendo completely bako ngaini chinda cha bako correct bako erosel. Thirdly, it's a character of President William Ruto. That's how he operates. Tell you how project is told. There are so many stalled projects across the country. Some of them bigger than this ones. It is true. For instance, when you talk of Leo Nyanza, because of Raila's influence, you've seen projects being done there. Houses almost completion. So in a nutshell, we are saying that when you give Matiang Chinguru, that is what we are lacking in the Gusii community for us to have proper governance and development to come to this side. But we are looking to at times when any part of this country, it gets development, whether you have someone at the table or not. We are going to that region, to that times, as to what the leaders of integrity, how to do the development across the country. But that go push you, to take a kingpin, it go push for development project. Because the problem to what the one kingpin for development to come. Yes.
Kwanyoranga influence yabara igiteko kira magendera enere chinse mocha na tukurigire bono ntubwate kwanera umwananchi wa kawaida omo oligereria ina kiera ranyare gusigito amagendera se andonsia sare nchira kibano mwananchi wa kawaida otari omurayo tabwati kirogeno so tabwati enibo na kiera ranyare kwene kibuno nyare konyora bokore borobia.
Yes, as youths of this country, to achieve online, to protest against any form of poor governance. We have called for development across. That is okay, it's our constitutional right. But the constitution is also very clear that there are ways abananchi will exercise the authority. One of them, it is through the ballot, where we go and vote leaders who are going to deliver. So the first role of mwananchi kawaida is to choose good leaders at the ballot. That's the first one. The second one is through demonstrations. If these times they are not going to do things for us, we just go to the streets so that at least they can listen to us. But we want first in 2027, we make right choices, have good leaders. For instance, I want to speak of some MPs who are doing good job. Leave alone the MP of Tutu Church. He's the failure one who is bringing rice and beans. But when you go to other parts of the Gusii region, we are seeing people trying to bring different types of developments, like roads, simply because they want, it's what they promise the people, and they feel if they don't do that, they are going home. I'm seeing MPs trying to construct classrooms, like I'm talking of my MP of Kilifi Gisairo, who comes, even if it's one classroom, and I build, tiles, desks, that is the leadership we encourage. That is what we encourage. Some some change that is happening, and probably in the near future, maybe probably 10 years to come, into around about colleagues indeed.
Ukwanira omojumbo ntubwate bona abajumba bange sana bale bakoroka na bari youthful. Advice ya okuchase ase bari nereri.
The first thing but you cover greedy to power and amali. But to cover abanda seriously. As we speak now mojumbe tinu mukwana nieta naro kwa kachalangata aga stigusia chinyomba ibere nene kwa kachare Eldoret. Kuguriye chibese chako agachira definitely ni mwananchi without asking many questions ni mwananchi. These leaders, they are abande youthful vaikering abaro chingo mwananchi, the best thing oramwe ni chi handouts kurusheva samuko komwa machera kuma chingende as in kogokia abantu kobachi t-shirt chileso. I mean ndobante the youthful leadership ndobante kutika go to a grid for power to legal service delivery ndobata abantu mnongeri. We need to emulate kaswa akolre ndobate the late George Nyona. People we need to look at ina kiba akoli ndo byabo kurukale. So in a nutshell tutebe babwate chinkoro chugo tenenga ikali okolre yabantega egas. If they get rid of that, they can be good leaders. Muna Simbarati as we speak right now is a very youthful, is among the youngest governors. So he's around 42. If this gentleman decides to perform, but I think there's something great for power, there's something that's affecting him. At the deliver as you speak today. Because that have a sanchi. No, Gusii manya the Kisii County.
Mbiamono sana nkagiritinga agwikira bono turachi gukorera ase ritukoria rero nande mukwa ndochenga nabo tukumirana nande tusanga mange.
Definitely yes.
Ana muno kira tugende tukurigereria siasa ebwatiraneti o Gusii timayitinga ondenare kwarenge gukwanirengana yemo ekero turachi gukora.
The only thing I can say as a youth Gusii, tuinyore the spirit to about 25th June 2024 twaganitio bugambio bia ase Kenya ndo base kwe bagenteka. Secondly, na ku wish Matiang'i all the best in the campaigns. Thirdly, na ku ask Matiang'i not to forget the youths because when he was not in Kenya abantu bawaterete position ne vijana vya Kenya. Generally at the ballot we want also ko wish abantu bagusi tocho leaders abaya batabuwa teaching ngoro chimbe bune chitoko araboni abantu batayikora magendero. In a nutshell tianta vinga chi governor cha Nyamira na Kisii bakora abaninchi gase.
Mbia mono sana uyu ni gakoroko ebo omokoa ore political analyst ase eritukoria rero mwancho murigiriria no togocha gukorera omoroberio yega Etwani ya Getembe abokorende nerebiya gosogere buna bono mumanyo nyanchonori ni gagoteba erena ziporo ye no abeire ime yomoroberio ne timu yaye enene kegima ndotingana bo aba target gaiga bale abangi otatiga na nekongorigereria Fred Moga Morine Orare James Ekemani na umurai mukwa Eric na Mugire Fred Onsare negati abari bagendete bose babere bagosangana into ase omoroberio umancho murigiria ndotingana ndechinsemo cha Facebook na bange na barabo barigete ujumbe ya baroro Evelyn Mugunde Fred Zakari na Eric Osoro Fred Mwangi Bonventure Movisa na bande abange nchengurukwa Matildah Obaigwa nekero narengenere ebo mokwa to kwandra amangana ya siasa ya gusina kurose studio ya kabere ntugwate Wilfred Matundra na Boigo Mike na Bonsi bari banyare konekia kwanyore chibichana mariogi asenchira enyikerano ase eri tukoria rero twara ewikingia na Boigo kendera gutigara ime ya Getembe TV chingaki chionsi
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara uzitosomya bamuraba chikuya mandege uzitosomya bamuraba chikuya mandege
Eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide iri kubatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure e company nambe yemo iyo karose chirangi mense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biriya bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boyiko chire chechi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao nabono babwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ya nyumba chire chikomentre nibwa amavuta yani oil na bwigo chire chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire chiri kuririke iriya gatigati wekariguri iriya bantabati bwigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wikabunuraganye gwochoganire erangiyiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na mwokwege namuna ekale ya watagete nigo kwa yanyora bwikirano tutarire rero eribwe nyorere abamanyi nabwigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yegotoka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eyueranga neduka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simbwetera se namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Amone kisimiti, Uhuru nabwate. Amona mabaki.